Are you Kenneth Oliver Bell?
Yeah. Are you George Lucas?
I am, yeah. May I come in?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, I just thought it was time for me to stop by and thank you for writing Star Wars.
Pretty sure you wrote Star Wars, George Lucas.
Yeah, I see why you'd think that, but no.
Is this a hidden camera show? Because I'm not doing that again.
In the year 2053, I was part of a team working in southern New Canada. We were tinkering with rudimentary time travel. One night I was alone with the device. Infinite temporal freedom in the palm of my hand, and suddenly an idea flashed before my eyes like lightning. I was just like, hey, what if I wrote Star Wars? Like I went back in time and then I wrote it.
But what do I...
In the future I come from, I didn't write Star Wars, Kenneth, because you already had. 3 years from now, you create a worldwide cultural phenomenon, you become the most successful artist of your generation. It's pretty great. Of course, in this timeline, you'll never write Star Wars, because before you were even born, I traveled back in time and wrote Star Wars from my memory of your Star Wars pictures. So, you know, thanks for writing Star Wars.
This is gonna sound crazy.
Yeah, probably not as crazy as my thing, but go ahead.
But I've always had this deep feeling, like there was some big masterpiece desperate to come out of me. But every time I sit down to try and write it, I'm always like, you know, they kind of already did that in Star Wars.
Yeah, that makes sense. This is right around the time when you would have finalized the idea, if you hadn't already, and then I took it.
So wait, you just stole Star Wars from me?
Not all of it. No, the trash chute monster, that was a Georgie original.
What about Jar Jar?
Jar Jar was you, but I added the accent.
Okay, how about Force Ghosts?
You.
Lightsabers?
Lightsaber's my idea. Well, I said, what if one of them was green?
The holiday special?
An anomaly of time.
In my version, who shot first? Was it Han or was it Greedo? Come on.
I could never remember, so I went back and did the CGI re-releases just to like play both sides, but your guess is as good as mine. Little better, probably.
Okay, what about Yoda?
Georgie.
Really? Okay, well, Yoda's a pretty big thing.
Yoda, sorry. I thought you said Lobot.
Lobot?
Lobot, the guy with metal earmuffs, he hangs out with Lando. Lobot's a Georgie.
Lobot.
Yoda, you.
Okay, other than that?
Yeah, other than that, pretty much exactly yours. I'm trying to think. Okay, here's a fun thing. When I was a kid, your films, they all came out chronologically, right? So the prequels came out first, but then I was like, let's just lead with the strongest stuff. So start with 4, Star Wars A New Hope. Big hit, might have heard of it.
I have.
When I was making the 5th film, I was like, oh, I'll do the same callback you did, the Luke, I'm your father thing. And I realized like, oh, they don't even know this yet. So that's just sort of plays as like a whole big reveal. So it worked out pretty cool.
Really lucky.
And when I was telling them what to put in the 9th film, I had the realization like, oh, I left out a lot of things that Kenneth had put in the previous 8 that really set up Palpatine coming back and all the clones and stuff. So I'm just like, that's gonna kind of come out of nowhere.
Okay.
And I couldn't remember where you put the line, I got a bad feeling about this. So I just stuck it in there a bunch, figure one of those is right.
Why are you even here right now, George Lucas? Are you just here to like rub it in my face?
No, it's because today is the day that I'm supposed to be born. And when I am, this old version of Georgie's gonna phase out of this timeline forever. So this is my last chance. Prepared my body, drank my salt water, and came by to say, you know, thanks for writing Star Wars.
Guess you're welcome for the wonderful life you had that you gave me no credit for.
I couldn't give you credit. I mean, you should know how time travel rules work. You're the sci-fi writer, man. But just so you know, it hasn't all been easy, okay? I've spent 50 years being criticized and second-guessed by all my biggest fans, okay? It's been, you know, it's been tough, man.
Yeah, I guess I did avoid all that criticism I might have faced.
Oh, you wouldn't have faced it. No, I'm saying I faced it. You were pretty much like universally praised and beloved.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I got the idea. I was like, hey man, I should go back in time and write Star Wars. Worked out great for the other guy.
The real guy?
Exactly, yeah. Of course, you can't just show up in Hollywood and start making blockbusters, so I needed to establish some filmmaking credibility. That's when I remembered this other film.
American Graffiti?
Yeah, you also wrote American Graffiti, so thank you for that as well.
You know, I'm honestly kind of impressed that you were able to remake all of these just from memory.
Thank you. It wasn't too hard, because like I said, they're very popular. Pretty much everyone's seen them like dozens of times, and everybody's got them memorized. You know, I wasn't even really like that big of a fan.
Well, when you say it worked out great for me, did I have a good life? Was I happy?
Seemed like it.
Did I have a family?
A big one, yeah. You were at the center of a polyhorde. It's like a group entirely focused on one person's like sexual and emotional satisfaction. Like a cult, but in a way that like is societally viewed as like totally above board, really like respectful of everyone involved.
That sounds nice.
Yeah.
I'm assuming I was filthy rich too?
No, you were flat broke.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, penniless. Well, so you were a trillionaire, and then you gave all of it away to like a number of wonderful charities and made you so universally beloved that everyone would just shower you with gifts. So in essence, you got to live the life of a trillionaire, but without any of the moral downsides.
Friggin' great, man.
Look, I can see that you seem kind of bummed. That, like, you don't get to live on the timeline where you wrote Star Wars instead of me?
Yes.
Okay. I brought you something to make amends, something incredibly special.
Is it Star Wars?
Nope. Back when I come from, this is the other most successful film franchise of all time. I was back and forth between, do I make Star Wars or do I make this one? So, you can make this one.
You should take that. You should make it as your own. You should put your name on it. Get everything that comes with it. I don't know. I don't know if I can do to someone else what you did to me.
Do it.
I mean, it probably couldn't hurt, right? Maybe balances the universe out a bit. Wait, is this failure to launch?
Yeah, first of the 7.
There's like a Matt McConaughey, Sarah Jessica Parker thing.
Here, someone already made it here?
Yeah.
Oh, well, must be another time traveler.
Yeah, that didn't make any money.
I guess they backed the wrong horse. Should have pretended to write Star Wars.
Okay.
Up! Okay, that's me. About to be born. You have a good one, and here. Have a Chewie. Thanks again. Whoa, can feel the salt tingling. All right. Bye.
You know what, Chewie? I don't need Star Wars. I can come up with my own masterpiece. I can find a Kenny original.
Hey, that's the IE at the end of your name thing? That's a Georgie original, okay? Don't steal people's ideas. Very rude.
Are you a Force ghost?
Huh! Yeah, I'm a Force ghost. Look at that.
Got it. So my Star Wars script accurately predicted the afterlife too?
I guess so, yeah. Wow, I'm gonna get a lot of credit for that one.
May the 4th be with you, the holiday?
That's a Georgie. I got that idea from another franchise film holiday that we have in the future. It's huge and everyone celebrates. It's called July 6th Park, and that one's really big. So I came up with that idea from that.
July 6th Park, right.